Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Breitling SuperOcean II Chronograph in stainless steel with DLC coating. You can see this 1 of 1,000 limited edition and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details for this limited edition Breitling SuperOcean II Chronograph. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see it's big, but this is hardly Breitling's biggest and boldest. It actually wears well on a smaller wrist. I would say at 44 millimeters across the round of the case, not inclusive of crown guards, pushers, or crown, the watch could probably wear well on a wrist down to 15 centimeters, maybe 14.5 in circumference. Its lug-to-lug dimension is more manageable than many Breitlings at 53 millimeters from extremity to extremity, and although it is thick, it's not Breitling's thickest. 17.5 millimeters means this is probably not one to wear with formal attire and tight sleeves, but you should be okay with a sport jacket, blazer, or a sweater, given how generously sloped the bezel form is and how deeply cupped the caseback is. It sits much lower on the wrist. Now the watch has impressive heft. This is partly due to the fact that Breitling builds a deep and massive set of lugs onto a massive case, but it's also due to the fact that the watch has a solid caseback in steel to add substantial heft. It also has a strap that is both exceptionally comfortable and exceptionally substantive. Now this is the ProDive 3 model. You can see incredibly hefty in profile. This is not likely to tear, fatigue, or crack anytime soon. It's beautifully made, comfortable on the wrist, and it's paired with a very substantial single-fold deployant clasp from Breitling. Now it has the same black steel treatment. It also has twin trigger release, so it's not a clamshell and it's not friction fit. Triggers are the most upscale way to open a clasp and also the most secure. Now on its interior, let's see if we can show this to advantage in the light box, you can see the push button slider that allows you to move the clasp through a micro adjustment range of just under 20 millimeters. So as you push and then pull, you can take in or take out a significant amount of slack and sizing as your activity level dictates. Plus, if you have a close approximation of the gifted subject's wrist side and you want to ask us to size this approximately, you can do the fine-tuning yourself with that quick adjust. Now, of course, the watch has a stark and imposing look. It's important to note, though, that unlike a certain brand from Nyon, Switzerland, Breitling didn't go all black with this watch. So while it has a striking aesthetic, it remains very functional as a tool. Now, the case, of course, is all of a DLC-coated stainless steel, and the finish is sort of a satin. It's muted. It's not gloss. It's somewhat understated in and of itself. The watch, not so, but the finish, definitely. Now, the bezel, what you're looking at is a unidirectional rotating bezel fixed with screws, much sturdier than what Omega and Rolex use, for instance. The insert is actually rubber. So what you're looking at is a rubber insert that is significantly more durable than anodized aluminum, so if it does take a scratch or a scuff, it tends to rebuff and repel the blow, unlike anodized aluminum, which can tend to become a scratch magnet. Now, the dial itself is not all black, but mostly black, and that's to its advantage. All of the indices are beautifully loomed and substantial, raised above the plane of the dial. It has a matte finish, so there's no danger of glare, and you can see everything's quite easy to read with white on black print with polished chapter rings to each of these sub-registers. You'll also note that there is an applied Breitling wing logo, a sort of anthracite-colored contrasting set of hands, a discrete date window at 3 o'clock. Let's talk about the engine. Underneath the caseback is what Breitling calls its caliber 13. Caliber 13 is a chronometer grade, so COSC certified, Valjoux 7750 automatic chronograph movement. The watch does have screw-down pushers that endow it with 500 meters of water resistance. The caliber has between a 42 and a 44-hour power reserve via unidirectional automatic winding. You will feel and hear the wobble, but it winds very quickly because unidirectional winding is more efficient in practice. It does feature the chronograph. It does feature hacking seconds, so you can pull the crown, stop the balance, precisely synchronized to a known accurate reference time, and you'll notice if you watch that the watch does have a constant seconds hand at 9 o'clock, so that's what stops for synchronization. pulsation. There's a quick set for the date, such that you can rapidly cycle and correct the watch should it run down or encounter an irregular length month. And of course, the 7750 is tank tough and truly a movement in the spirit of this timepiece. While this watch is bold, it is striking, it is strident, it is not impractical. It is very readable. Again, it doesn't take that final step into the, shall we say, artistic morass of the all-black concept. This watch remains a very viable instrument of time and a fascinating one to look at. You can see and you can purchase this 1 of 1000 limited edition on our website.